Right then, it's Saturday evening and I'm going to try and play some more. This is day 8, I think now, and day 8, day 9, and it's not off to a great start if I'm honest. I was able to play, that was my Discord, not yours, I was able to play some Star Citizen at my friend's place on my laptop just to sort of show them the game a bit, and things were working okay. However, now it seems that the character customization has been broken, so we lost our sort of character data. So I've had to remake my character again, and I lost the armour that she had on from my initial run, which is a bit annoying. It was only a stuff that you could buy, it wasn't any subflare or anything, so that's not too bad. I wonder if it's actually here. It is, that's good to know. Let's see if we can equip it when we get to the spaceport and start again.
The next shuttle is approaching the station.
Hello everyone, as you can see I recorded a little running intro there from when I dipped in on Saturday night. So I've been playing Star Citizen quite a bit over the weekend. I was away Thursday and Friday, so I've been at a friend's place and I couldn't really dump hours into the game for that. However, I am back at home now, so I played quite a bit of Saturday and I played quite a bit on Sunday. Just more or less to see how the servers were going, and as you could expect, things were sort of up and down in peak hours, and when it got into the later hours of the morning, because I'm on leave at the minute so I can burn some hours, I don't have to go to bed as early, things sort of carried on and they resumed normal, like business as normal. So in the peak hours you could tell that the servers were struggling as demand increased, and then it ebbed away as people went to bed or less people stopped playing, as you might expect. I'll have an example of server FPS and such as we go through the video. So this is going to be a bit of a waffle video, as just my observations over the weekend and what I've been doing and how things have been performing. So for the most part, as I'm going to probably show in the background here, I'm just going to run a load of videos that I recorded over the weekend, because it's been a mishmash of content that I've been running and I don't want to recycle stuff too much that you've already seen. For the most part, I have been running bunkers. So I know I said when I was running Whistler's Crypt before that loads of people were still having trouble with NPCs and doing it was a death wish. For the most part it was, but it depends on what server you're on. Sometimes the server FPS can be high or low, and the NPC reactions can be all over the place. They'll ignore you completely 1 second, and then the next you'll just get shot and snapshotted, as hopefully I've got a little bit of a clip that I can put in here to show you. But yeah, I've been running bunkers. I also went to Whistler's Crypt a few more times, mainly because when I've been showing a friend the video of Whistler's Crypt, I showed her the 318 features, and I showed her Morphologist's video, and he finds a weapon crate inside the 600i wreck, and I had no idea that weapon crates spawned at Whistler's Crypt. So I went and had a look, and I couldn't find any. So I was determined to go and have a look and see what I could see. I did, however, take my Pisces down into the crypt behind the 600i, and I didn't find anything down there either. I'll probably just put a little bit of a clip of me zooming around there, trying to see what I could see. But as far as I could tell, maybe there's some other area or something that I missed, or some asset didn't spawn in. I didn't see any bodies or anything interesting down there. I did try racing. I haven't got any footage of that because it didn't work. It didn't work for me anyway. I tried to do the Lawville course, which is the first one that seems to be pointing me at. I don't know if this is just the first one you get as part of the reputation grind, but it didn't work. The waypoint markers weren't spawning ahead of me, and it was taking ages for them to catch up, so I just didn't bother in the end. Again, I might try that when I'm getting on a better server with more FPS. Again, I'll go into that later. Something else to try again. Ship claims are still acting weird. So for ones that have short timers, things like my Pisces, and the Pisces Expedition, which are only 40 seconds, they seem to be damn near instant now, and I can get those pretty quickly. So thankfully the Pisces Expedition is pretty quick, and it has a nice quantum tank, so it can get anywhere in system fairly quickly if I want to go and do some missions. Those with other longer timers, even things like my Vulture, seemed to take ages. And not only that, you had to sort of do it in 2 steps. So if you were, say, on Port Olisar and your ship was at Orison, you'd have to claim it once, and the claim would, you'd have to sit there for about a minute until the claim would say, you can't claim this ship, I'm sorry. And then instead of saying Orison, it would say destroyed. So then you would have to claim it again, sit for another minute, and then the claim would work. So you had to do it twice, if that makes sense. Broken to all hell, but it worked, question mark. And I haven't done that for all my others because I've moved. Again, I'll go into that later. What I have done with Stella Fortuna is I've now upgraded I've changed my Hercules that I've had for God knows how long, and I upgraded it to a 600i. So now I own a 600i, mainly because the 600i was kind of the first ship I fell in love with. That is one of the few ones that I've loved ever since it was a concept, and mainly because they're getting a rework, and it's going to have a rework hopefully by the end of the year, and it's going to look even more incredible. That is not to say, once I started flying said 600i, I didn't start having issues with it. Namely, I tried to move all my stuff because I'm moving from Crusader to Microtech, and I tried throwing everything in my 600i, and then it got bugged on the landing pad where the front landing gear sunk into the platform at Olisar, and it started flipping out, is the most polite way to put it. And I couldn't do anything about it, so I had to frantically get out of my seat, open my inventory, and sling everything back into the Olisar inventory, spamming the move all buttons, before I thought my 600i was going to barrel roll and explode. It didn't, thankfully, but the threat was there, and yeah, that wasn't fun. I thought I was going to lose my entire inventory. As I said, I'm moving to Microtech, so I did move all my things to Microtech in the end. I was on a nice steady server, threw everything in my Carrack, and I moved to Microtech. I've moved to Microtech for the time being because my Crusader security mission will not reset, and I think this is one of the biggest glaring bugs that I personally am having at the moment, is that if you abandon or for some reason fail a mission, and I think when I accepted it the first time I had a 30k before I could get there and do it. If you abandon those missions, you lose rep, so you can't pick up those missions again, and it's supposed to reset after something like an hour or a day or two. It's been 2 days and it still hasn't reset, so I can't do the Crusader security test mission. So I can't do any of the Crusader security missions around the Crusader system, so I can't do any of the bunkers on the moons. And most importantly, this means now I can't get the mission to go and do the platform clearouts on Orison. So I can't get missions to go and do all the fun platform clearing on Orison, which is something else I wanted to show you. So it's really, really bugging me that I can't do it. Like I said, probably my biggest glaring bug right now. Another 30k that happened in server, I lost a load of rifles in the 600i. However, when that came back, the 600i was back at Orison, but I lost the rifles. But I also lost some ship paints as well. Like I lost my best in show ones, so the red, I think it's the red alert livery. Is it red alert? I can't remember. The red ones anyway, the nice red ones for my Mercury Star Runner and for my Carrack. So just some weird bugs going on right now because of that. Server FPS, right, so we'll get on to server FPS and why some of the missions are working and some of them aren't. So advice for people again, if they're trying to get into servers and you can get in and do missions and things, use the command r_serverinfo2, or I just tend to put R, then I press tab and then 2 and then enter. And it will give you your FPS and everything. This is not a new command. This command has been around since day 0. However, it will show you the server FPS, which hopefully I'm showing you on screen now. As you can see on this one that I'm doing, the server FPS is really cool. In fact, I was so engrossed looking at this server FPS, when I was flying to this mission to try and find a body and a freelancer, I almost slammed into the freelancer wreck, as you're probably about to see. This server was doing really well, and I played on this server for damn near 6 hours before I actually left to start editing this video. So the higher the server FPS, obviously the better. Some of them, especially some of the USA servers, maybe because I'm in the UK, have been dragging at like 5 to 6 FPS. The ones you want to try and stay on are the ones that are sort of 15 to 20. This one was saying 12 around here, but it went up to like 15, 17, 18 FPS. That's really good. That's the sort of thing you want. That's when the missions will work properly, when you'll be able to clear objectives. Hopefully I'll be able to use that to do racing, because then the checkpoints will work properly. And yeah, overall better. More FPS, better, obviously. This is going to result in some missions working and some missions not. Like, even though the server FPS on this one was really good, I couldn't find this body. So I was a bit bummed out that I couldn't finish this mission. What else have we got? So, with the NPCs and stuff in bunkers, like I said, sometimes they can twitch on you and shoot really, really quickly. Injuries are still working, so they don't just outright kill you. You can get injuries. I think I recorded that. Hopefully I managed to get that, and I'm sort of pasting it over here now. And I ended up with a massive concussion that I went around for ages with. Couldn't claim my carrack because the claim wasn't working, so in the end I moved all my inventory to Olisar, stepped outside Olisar's airlock and removed my helmet. So I respawned at Orizon because I was just getting sick and tired of the concussion thing and that I couldn't heal because there's no clinic on Olisar. Another reason why I moved. So yeah, some of the missions are working and some of them aren't. The NPCs are still deadly. They will just snap on you and kill you instantly, or they'll just not react whatsoever. So that's essentially what I've been doing whilst I've been playing. I've been sort of trying to build a weapon arsenal and earn some money whilst doing it. My whole loot video series is still working for things like Outpost, but obviously you can't go to Security Post Korea now because they've upgraded it and renewed it. Not unless you really do have a death wish and you've got a group of people who can help you. It's not something you can do on your own. So bunker running for the moment seems to be the best way to get sort of the better weapons that you might want. I've managed to do some nice finds, including an executive custodian rifle that I found. So like a gold-plated custodian rifle, which seems really strange considering it's not a concierge perk. The same with a Devastator shotgun as well. I didn't show that one off, but I think I've got it on video where I sort of circle it when it's in the loot crate. I was already carrying weapons, so I couldn't hold it. So very, very strange. I don't know if they're coming up for concierge or what. Seems a bit strange if they're already in the game. With that, we also have the possibility incoming of a possible reset for 3.18.1 patch that's coming up. We don't know if this is confirmed or not. They've just said on Spectrum that it's a possibility that they may do a reset. I don't know what they would be resetting. Hopefully they don't just strip everything. But I'm hoping they sort of rebalance the missions and things and money if people have lost money to bugs. And it fixes player inventories. Because another thing that's been taken off us for the moment, because there was some issues with it, I'll have the image that was on Spectrum or the tool website, is the character reset tool. So we can't even do character repairs now. So if you are in the servers and you are playing the game, regardless of what happens to you, you have to sort of live with it because we don't have a repair tool and we don't have a reset tool. So that's the two sort of the biggest glaring issues that I have right now, is that we don't have a way to reset the missions if we lose them to bugs or 30Ks or whatever. So we can't get the reputation missions that we want to carry on doing the rep if we have to abandon them in the first instance. And we don't have the character reset tool. So one aspect of that, of course, I've already mentioned in a previous video, is that we can't get our stuff back, such as sub flares and things like that we may lose, regardless of whether we're just idiots and we lose them because we get shot in the head by players or NPCs, or more glaringly, if we lose them to bugs or server crashes or 30Ks. And it's the stuff that we want to get back. There's no NPC to go and get them from yet. There's no terminal we can go and buy them from in a shop somewhere. And now the character reset tool has also gone, so we can't get them back as well. So they're my two biggest glaring issues. So that's essentially been my weekend in Star Citizen. It's had quite a few ups and quite a few downs, but I've been able to play and have some fun. I feel like I can't say the same for a lot of people though, because I think lots of them are still having issues. When I was at my friend's place and I tried to play on my laptop, I actually got a 19k error whilst I was logging into the game because I'd not logged into it on my laptop before, and that kind of threw me a bit considering I'd already been playing quite happily on my desktop. So the bugs at the minute just do really seem to be all over the place. And as I said to my friend when I was around at her house, it's a case of Star Citizen is a fantastic game. It's buggy to all hell, but when it does work, it looks amazing and it's beautiful to play, and there's nothing else like it. But unfortunately, even more so right now, we're having to deal with lots and lots of glaring issues that are staring us right in the face. And I really hope CIG can get on top of it. It's still a lot better than what it was on patch day, but it's nowhere near the sort of stability that we had in 3.17. And I can only hope that next week we get some more stability fixes, we get the character reset tool back, and they manage to do something regardless of whether we get a 3.18.1 patch. So you guys are going to have to let me know what experiences you're still having, if you've managed to get into the game, if you've been able to do anything. I was reading lots of comments and such about how people are still not able to log into the game, or missions aren't spawning, or things are breaking. So yeah, keep reeling in your experiences and let me know what's going on your end. Aside from that, I hope you managed to sort of enjoy the little background action we've got going on here, and I will imagine I will play some more throughout the week, try and get some more new content if they please fix these missions, and I can do the races, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you like this and think I deserve it, please give it a like, consider subbing if you fancy sticking around. If you're thinking of taking part in the game, feel free to use my referral code on screen or click the link below for bonus in-game money that helps me out as well. See you in the next one.